What's everybody up to? All right, so let's get into this video. How I find my leads, how I find work, how do I generate them? Let's get into it. It's a long process. It just doesn't happen. I just got a call, another crazy local number call from Home Advisor wanting me to sign up. So spoiler alert, I don't use Home Advisor. Nobody should, absolutely, unless you're a larger company, which I'll get into in a second. Nobody should. So I'll show you a job site that I'm currently working on, one of them, and at the end of it, you'll know exactly how I got that lead, and then we'll roll into this little video driving vlog. All right, that's obviously your main load-bearing iron beam right here. We're basically making this a complete wall. This is all coming out. Obviously, that's a heater. We're raising this is all coming out. All this right here. So I can zoom out here. These are all moving over there. This whole floor is being jacked up, making it level with radiant to this area right here. So this is coming out, and then there's going to be obviously a stepway down here into their room here. Server rack is going to be relocated. This wall right here is coming out, and then there's going to be obviously this lever right here is going to stay the same for this room, and then obviously their Four Seasons room. Doors are going to be not replaced but resealed, and kind of what do you want to call it? Just revamped. They're going to get all new seals and rubber and hardware, stuff like that. What's needed in here? This is all the demo work, but it's all getting replaced. So, but yeah, and here obviously this floor is going to be the exact same height, radiant floor, crawl space underneath it, making additional living space. Moving this stairway, this is a stairway up to an office, moving it over, relocating it, not sure exactly where yet. This bathroom, I think we're pushing it over or making a secondary closet in that location right there, repairing all the damage and everything like that. So that's it for there. And then let's go into the kitchen here. So kitchen, this right here is actually load bearing, but we're actually going to, I believe, reinforce it and take this entire area out and flop the kitchen back and forth. I'm not quite sure. It's still in the planning phases, but that's exactly what's happening. You can see little blue marks from their designers and seeing where they want stuff, etc., etc. So, and then let's go upstairs. All right, master bathroom. So this is water damage, shower stain here. Tub is basically rotating 90 degrees, so longwise here. That vanity is going over here. Toilet area going over here. New tile. Everything's getting tiled. Hopefully we don't have to relocate the sauna, or at least disassemble and reassemble the sauna, but we might have to do that. Not saying that's it here, but I mean that's what we're doing. Oh, window is going to be relocated over here. Hi. And that window's staying. So yeah, that's the gist of it. So obviously there's gonna be a lot of work here. Relocating the kitchen to the other side, plumbing, electrical, all that good stuff. And the point of this video is how I get leads and how I find work. So this customer here saw my trailer at Lowe's, saw my number, saw my website, and gave me a call. That's absolutely, that's how I got this lead. This is going to be easily into the six figures. And that's how I got this lead. So let's talk about it. Yeah, absolutely. One of the first things, I'm going to go from the beginning to now. When you're starting out, you need to do a few things. You need to become legal. So get your EIN, your business, so you're not a chuck in the truck. I'm assuming since you're watching this, you're trying to take this seriously as far as being in business for yourself. So basically, be legal. Any licensing you need, get that. Get your EIN for taxes. First thing you need to do, obviously you're gonna have a vehicle and some sort of tools to transport. Make sure you get your truck or car lettered, whatever. Just you can buy like a magnet and Joe Schmo's chuck in the truck, handyman, contracting. With your phone number, at a minimum your phone number, if not, a website, etc., etc. Make sure you're visible, absolutely visible. This wrap on the trailer behind me cost me $800. and obviously it paid for itself in a week, and that was what, over almost 2 years ago now. So absolutely pays for itself. Be visible to everybody, and it's not always your other, you know, customers, other contractors see you and they can always, you know, sub you out for work. I get that all the time. So be visible, letter your vehicle, your trailer, put something on there, because it absolutely pays for itself, and it's free advertisement. After you buy it, it's on there forever, unless you're like me, who changes their business name and I have to redo it. But it lasts forever. Well, I wouldn't say forever, but it lasts for a long time, and it works, absolutely works. First thing you should do, well, that should be one of the first things you do. Next thing, social media. Get yourself, you know, whatever business name it is, Instagram, Facebook page, all free. And also go to Squarespace and get a website. Domain name, website. It's not that expensive. You can do it yourself. It's a little learning curve, but believe me, it's absolutely worth it. Any legitimate business has a website now. And I will say, once you have your website, make all your other social medias drive everybody to your website, because then they can reach out and contact you, not just by, you know, Messenger or DMs. They can actually, you know, email you or call you from there. Drive all your eyeballs on your business to your website, because that should be the focus point of your business, for people to reach out to you and get a hold of you. Really, it absolutely should. So website, social media, besides the website, the social media, the Facebook stuff, it's all free. You know, you can do Twitter if you want to, Instagram. I don't do Twitter, but Instagram for business, and also Facebook page. I know a lot of people don't have a regular website. They just use their Facebook page, and that might work for you, but you're gonna eventually want a website, because there's a lot more you can do with a website than you can with just a Facebook page. And Facebook also, you have a third party monitoring your Facebook page, so you don't really technically have complete control over it. They can, you know, they can flag you, etc., etc. So first thing, if you're looking for leads, low-hanging fruit, social media, website. I first started with GoDaddy, it's super cheap as well. I would recommend Squarespace. Absolutely would recommend Squarespace. That will be the first thing. Now, next would be, since you have a Facebook account and Instagram, you know, tell everybody to like your page. Everybody you know, like your page. And if you tell everybody you know, just tell them, hey, you're starting a business, a contracting, a handyman, a tile and brick, whatever it is you guys you're starting, just tell everybody you know. Be like, hey, I'm starting. If you know anybody who's looking for the work, you know, I would appreciate you giving out my number, and you go from there. Another thing, since you're giving out your number, business cards, super cheap. You just look online, Vista Print. I think you can get some basic 500 for like $10 or something. Now, it might behoove you to spend a little more and make a little better business card, because it does matter to some people. Not everybody, but some people it does matter. And that way, you know, something simple, you know, Chuck in the Truck, handyman services, contracting, phone number, website, you know, social media, anything, and whatever you want to put on there. And then that way you can just hand it out, you know, because I have, they still work. People like will walk up to my trailer when I'm working on another house, and they'll ask me for a business card, and I just, you know, I hand them a business card. I might never hear from them, but they have it. And then I think the record now is somebody called me. I think I handed them the business card. It was well over a year prior, and then they just called me out of the blue for some work, and that turned into, I want to say, probably $8,000 of work last year, 8.5. So you never know. Absolutely never know. Business cards. Next thing, that's also free. You can always hang them up in cork boards, pass them out at meet and greets. Simple. Network. So you can find your local, you know, municipality. You know, they have like business groups, something like that. There's also Facebook groups, so your local Facebook groups. You gotta be careful with Facebook advertising. Like, you know, you go to like not like the marketplace, because I know they have certain things, but you have Facebook groups in your little area, and you could join, and you could just post something like, hey, I'm Chuck in the Truck, handyman or contracting services. This is what we do. You're probably gonna say free estimates, which you shouldn't, but you might say that just to get your foot in the door, and you might get, you know, throw up some pictures of your work, and you know, I've gotten a bunch of work like that, absolutely. Next thing, go on your phone and download the Nextdoor app. It's a local, kind of like a Facebook group, but it's actually private. It only allows you to see kind of like in your general area with, you know, vast area maybe. But everybody, you know, there's a lot of people on that, and you want to advertise to the female population in your area, because that's who spends the money. Absolutely, you can argue with me all you want to, but that's absolutely who spends the money in this field, in the contracting handyman service field, because they're the ones either home, want something done around the house that somebody can't do, and that's who you want to. And most of the time, if I'm on Marketplace, I would say 70% of the posts are made by females. So you want to join, and then you can create a little business page, and then you basically you can do a little post advertising. And if you get little jobs, it might not be your hourly rate, but if you get little jobs, make sure you do those jobs. You protect your reputation at all costs. Absolutely, your reputation on there, because bad reputation on Nextdoor, like anywhere, it spreads like wildfire. I mean, there's so many people, you know, blasting other people about, you know, bad service, etc., etc. So make sure you do it above and beyond, protect your reputation, and then you get people to write reviews or just even write a post about your service, and that gets other people looking at it, and it snowballs from there. Now, I will say, Nextdoor app, they're not always looking for the highest quality. They're not looking for the contractor that's, you know, builder has been building for 20 years, and you know, they're not looking for the highest price. Most of the people on there, I've gotten away from Nextdoor because of this, are price conscious and budget minded. So that's not my ideal customer, but it's a good way to get your foot in the door and generate business. Absolutely. So Nextdoor app would be the next one as well. So now you got all that going on for yourself. You got your website, you got some apps, you got your Facebook. Join, say, some Facebook contracting in your area. There's you know, like here is like Facebook groups of contractors of Michigan, since I'm in Michigan. There's also, you know, like real estate groups, stuff like that. You can join them, because there's always people looking for somebody to do some work. And that leads me into this. What I do not pay for leads. So I do not do Thumbtack. I do not do Home Advisor. I do not do Better Business Bureau, because that's the same thing. Everybody thinks, oh, BB, no. I've gotten a call from them, or one or two. I get one call from Thumbtack, and at least, like just now, 1 to 2 calls a week from Home Advisor. Always from a different number, something local, something they're just spamming me on. So don't pay for leads. If you're starting out, absolutely do not pay for leads. Home Advisor is a scam. I'm not gonna say it's a scam, but Thumbtack, Home Advisor, if you're not on your phone all the time calling people, it's a scam. They build their entire business off small contracting businesses like you and me, because they sell their leads to multiple people, and then obviously either if they're real leads, for one, sometimes they're not. You know, you'll get, you know, 3 or 4 people calling that same customer, and only one person gets it, but everybody gets charged for that lead. Excuse me. So just don't do it. I mean, once you get going and you got some capital and you can work, you can dabble into it. I wouldn't recommend it even then. I will never sign up with Home Advisor, just because of how much bad reviews. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I think they're probably on par with Comcast, with like the worst business in America. So now I've seen people, and I've heard people had good results from Home Advisor and Thumbtack. Usually it's from like back in the day when they, before they got bought out from, Angie's List or whatever, or vice versa. And they always, they're Johnny on the spot. Like, you get an alert, you got a lead, you call them, like, you stop what you're doing, you call that lead right away to schedule it. And they had some good, things to say, but most of the time people like say now they're just like, hey, they scam me, they won't stop charging me. It's absolutely not worth your time. Absolutely not worth your time. Do not do it. I'll go into this. What I do, how I also generate leads is, for one, referral base. Now, how you get referral base is you either know somebody, or you do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, and you under promise and over deliver. That's, you just, honestly, if somebody calls you, you don't have to pick up the phone, but you need to call them back in a reasonable amount of time. I try to either pick up the phone or at least call them back within 15 minutes. I'm usually not away from my phone more than 15 to 20 minutes because I usually have it, Bluetooth on, listen to, something, while I'm working, etc., and then it'll alert me if somebody's calling. So just be Johnny on the spot with your phone when you're returning your phone calls. That referral base, ask customers to leave you Google reviews, and that obviously leads into creating a Google page, which should be right next to Facebook, Instagram, and website. You make sure you go onto Google, create a Google page, submit your information. You'll get something in the mail to verify your address, and then you're legitimately a business at your address. There's a couple of you can YouTube it. There's ways of doing it. Absolutely set up a Google, because Google is, I think, how maybe 70% of people, actually probably more than that, 80% of people find me online is through Google. And then they'll go to my website, they'll go to my Facebook page, or Instagram, which I doubt it. Instagram is, I don't get too much business from Instagram. It's more of a hobby. But Google page, absolutely a must. Absolutely. And then you should already have been taking pictures. I shouldn't have to say this, but every time you do some work, take a picture of it. Document it. Not only it proves that you did the work and the customer was happy, obviously you got to get the permission, but it proves that you did the work, and it's something you can show off to somebody else that proves that you can do that kind of work. So take pictures of everything, document it for to cover your butt, and also to show off to everybody else to get more work. On your Google page, you submit your hours and just a bunch of pictures, and then everybody you do work for, ask them to leave you a Google review. Like, tell them, hey, this has been great. Your last day there, while you're cleaning up, just say, if you wouldn't mind, you just log into Google, and you can literally text them your link, and then they can literally write you a quick detailed review while you're there. That's it. And then boom, you have it. 5 stars. Obviously you want 5 stars. And it's a good, easy way to do it. I would not offer discounts for Google reviews. I'm not sure the legality, depending on the state you're in. That's not really the way it should be done. You could if you want to, but I always ask, hey, if if this has been great service while I'm cleaning up, if you don't mind, here's my link. I'm gonna text you right now, and just leave me a nice, kind, quick, detailed review on Google. It helps my business, small businesses out like myself, and it really drives business for me in the future. That's all you have to say. And I had almost no customers say no. No, obviously they don't. If you're in a hurry, I don't always. I think I have maybe 16 Google reviews, and honestly I haven't been asking that many customers because they're not at home, and I'm just too busy, and I didn't ask them, or they just don't do it. I'll send over an invoice and say, hey, if you don't mind, send me a Google review. Sometimes they don't do it, so it is what it is. But if you Google like handyman or in my town, I think I am pretty sure I have the most Google reviews, which at 16 is kind of pathetic. But that's how people find you these days. So that's how I find my leads. It's word of mouth. Somebody like I'm doing this commerce job, and she knows somebody, and I went and did a estimate, because it was a free estimate on site, because I was literally going to the job. It's literally on my way to my job site, and since it was a referrals usually 80 to 90% close rate, because somebody referred them that they trust, so therefore you get a little equity, a little trust with you, because that always helps out. Now I won't say I get all referrals, because sometimes it's price point, and I'm not going to discount because I don't need to, and you shouldn't either. You should know your numbers and not discount accordingly. Nobody gets discounts. You can adjust the scope of work, but not the price for that work. So I think that's about all I've covered here as far as reviews and leads. So again, I don't pay for leads. I basically do word of mouth, referrals, social media, and on Google. Honestly, I will say I've gotten a few jobs from this YouTube channel. Thank you, I appreciate it, but not too many. It's definitely it's still more of a hobby than anything else, but obviously this would count as social media, because it is. And you know, same thing as Facebook and Instagram. So again, one quick last time, you know, website, Facebook, Instagram, Google page, Nextdoor app, download it. Always return phone calls. Your reputation is the most valuable asset you have in a small business. Absolutely the most valuable asset you have. So do great work, under promise, over deliver. I'll see you guys on the next one. If I've earned your subscription, I would appreciate a subscription and like this video. I'll see you on the next one.